To seal or not to seal? Should you be investing in Pokemon sealed? Or should you be investing in Pokemon singles? In this video, we're going to be talking about the pros, the cons, and the risks it takes when it comes to Pokemon investing. Now, let's talk about sealed products. What do I mean by sealed? Booster boxes, packs, ETBs, etc. Now, the pros are actually very solid. The first thing that comes to mind is long-term value appreciation. It appreciates very well when you hold it and you're patient. You have to be patient with sealed products. It's not like singles. You can't buy low, sell high. That doesn't work for sealed. You actually need to keep the products in your little gremlin cave and be like, oh, I love you, booster box. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. That kind of stuff. You gotta just have it in your collection. Ponder over it. Look at it. Looks nice. And don't sell it for a few years or maybe a few months. You can't just buy and sell in a span of few weeks. That's not how it works. The best example I can think of is Evolving Skies. It was $120 at launch and now it's $600. That is times 5 the initial value. That's a lot of money to be earned. Now next, volatility. Unlike singles, sealed products actually are stable. Singles are very unstable. It depends on the hype. It gets affected by hype way more than sealed. It rises over time and it's very stable. It's not a high-risk investment. Now, another thing very important is that it's nostalgic. The thing about sealed items is, it's not only the things that are inside of the item itself, it's actually the whole sealed product that actually has the value. Because the boxes have artwork, the boxes have an initial nostalgic little essence to it, you know? If you have an old box, a vintage box of Pokemon, you get the box, it's completely wrapped, it's gift wrapped, and you get to see that beautiful Venusaur in that box, and not in the box, displayed outside of the box. You're like, oh, look at the nostalgia, oh, it's hitting me, oh, my heart. That's another thing. It's very high demand for collectors, especially the nostalgic element. Now, cons. Nothing is perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. You might be a beautiful, gorgeous person, which you are. You're definitely gorgeous if you're watching this, but you're not perfect. I'm sorry to say. This is life, you know? Humans, we ain't perfect, unfortunately. But you know what is? Liking this video and subscribing. I'm just kidding. Alright, cons. Initial capital is required. You need some money. Sealed products, on average, are very expensive. A booster box, on average, around $100. You need some money, okay? To start a sealed collection. Next, you need some storage. Obviously, if you're buying boxes and ETBs, they take up some room. So you need to buy some storage if your room doesn't have enough. And yeah, simple stuff. Most important, risk of reprints. People forget, when Pokemon Center releases a product, it releases in waves. They don't be like, oh, okay, boom, there we go. We're not reprinting it. Nope, that's it. That's not how it works. Best example I can think of is probably Hidden Fates, ETBs. I'm gonna buy a bunch of Hidden Fate ETBs. It's gonna be great. And 2023, it tanked in value, and people who just bought a bunch of them cried and suffered from depression. Don't do that. Actually know how reprints work. Very important. Next, let's talk about singles. Graded cards, playable meta cards, you know? Special SIRs, ARs, ooh, lots of shiny stuff, shiny cardboard. That's what Pokemon cards are. Now the pros, very simple, low entry cost. You don't need to be investing in the Umbreon VMAX. Oh, I need to buy the vintage base set Holo Charizard. You don't need to be doing all that, right? All you need to do, look at the cards. It looks like it's being undervalued. I'm gonna buy some of them. Boom, that's it. Doesn't have to be expensive. Some of the odd cards, like for example Palafin, $1. It's $1, you know? Special art, $1. It's really that cheap, you know? And it looks good. It still looks good. Some cards are very undervalued and you can just buy them. Good investment, good for your collection. Bada bing, bada bing. Next, very important, it's easily liquefiable. Liquidity is very important. Now, easy liquidity is important because high demand singles sell very fast. Way faster than seals. So, if you want to actually trade the cards for money, singles are the way to do it. Now, another important thing is it's meta relevant. It's meta relevant. You can't bring a booster box into a competition like, hey, this is my deck. This is a vintage deck, so it does more damage than your little prismatic evolutions. So, let's say Lugia V-Star. It was very, very decently priced, and it was in meta, and it was boom! It shot up in price because people were playing it. People were playing it, it was in meta, it was in competitive play. TCG Pokemon isn't all about collecting, it's also about playing. People actually play the game. I know, it's crazy, it's like Magic the Gathering. Wow, amazing. That's very important. Now, cons. Once again, nothing's perfect. We ain't perfect, right? So, price volatility. An example. Moonbreon. Umbreon VMAX. Shiver Me Timbers. 700 to 1,200 to 1,300 to 1,000. It moves a lot, you know? It moves a lot. It's very volatile in price. A lot of the singles. Of course, if you're holding the singles for a long time, obviously it might appreciate in value, but it isn't as good of an investment for long term as sealed products. Sealed products are very stable, they're less risky. Singles are very risky. So if you want singles, make sure you're fine with losing a bit of money. Card condition. PSA. Oh my goodness, PSA. They get drunk, they put a blindfold on and they throw the darts and it lands on a 9 or 10 or a 5 or a 6. It's very risky because it depends on the PSA grader. It depends on the BGS grader. And the most important thing is, just, if you want to grade your cards, just do something that is... Choose a company that's real. Don't choose like some random grading company. If you want to grade from a random company because it looks cool, you do it for your collection, not for your investment. Because you're gonna crack the slab anyways, and you're gonna... Yeah, a PSA 9 and a PSA 10, the difference is huge. And most of the time, PSA 9s are less expensive than ungraded cards, so it's just better to just not grade them, some of them. But if you know your car is just perfect in condition, you've analyzed it, then go do your grading stuff. That's fine, you do you. But in overall sense, you need to actually know about grading, you need to know the basics. Now, another thing, meta shifting. If a card isn't in meta anymore, there is a rotation in Pokemon, okay? Your cards don't last forever when it comes to standard. You know, the prices change. Once Arceus V-Star was very, very meta. And now, newer decks to cover, it tanked in price a little bit. Of course, the art still looks fantastic, but it ain't that good anymore. Now, which is better? Sealed or singles? Depends, right? You can even buy both. I know, crazy. But the most important thing, the biggest takeaway is long-term, go sealed. If you're a patient little Timmy, go buy long-term. It's very good. Low risk, very stable. Go do sealed. Next, short-term, high reward. Singles. Meta, grade them, and they're better for collection. If you like their fancy art, singles are very nice. But remember, the takeaway is it's subjective. Some cards, some people like. Some cards, some people don't like. There's FOMO, there's scalping. Oi, oi, oi. Pokemon is in a very unstable market right now. So if you want to be an investor right now, you better get some knowledge in. If you like this video, subscribe, like, and notify yourself. If you don't, okay, thumbs up emoji. Alright, have a nice day, bye.